What a day. It's fine. It's all good. You need to sharpen this blade. I need to work and work and work and work and work and then work some more after I'm done working, and maybe work after that. Bent wanger. Oh. Hey, welcome back to Irish Outlaw Garage on this super windy April day. I'm out here working on this Pontiac here, this ambulance, and I got the headlights done. So the headlights are all in. I put all new hardware, springs, the whole 9 yards. And while I'm doing this, we knew that Amber was going to start on the ass end of this thing. In other words, all the stuff in the back, you know, where your gurney would go. And she wants to make, like, you know, a thing back there, like a theme. So the floors are nasty. And have you ever started a project that you wished you would have left alone? We're there. Amber started taking up some of the flooring, and we have found that there's a metal brace in the center. Smart move, right? When she starts taking all this stuff out of here, and then we see this. I'm gonna have to climb in this thing as long as I don't fall. But this is wood. Right, and I just fell through wood. That's good. Hey, I'm helping out. I took the trim off. So, that's wood. That's a wheel in the floor and the frame. So there was nothing between that wheel splashing water up and this floor being wood. So...
They just don't make them like they used to.
No, they don't make them like they used to.
Wood and cardboard.
Yeah, wood, cardboard, and some really sketchy metal. And Formica. So, that's all wood. That was wood. This is the brace, the center brace of the metal. And this is wood. There's wood down the sides and wood behind. And this is metal. This was like a, I don't even know what they did here. Probably storage something. Fuel tank's right under top, you know, right underneath it. But this is a problem. Yeah, this is you definitely bit off more than I could chew. There ain't no way. But luckily,
Uncle Brad,
we have a brother-in-law who is very good with, you know, woodworking. Used to build houses. I can screw this up watching. So that's why I'm just kind of, if she needs tools, I'm getting her tools. But yeah, this is, nope. Hopefully Brad has some good ideas, because this is pretty gnarly. I am going to find a piece of metal to put across. There ain't no way we're putting wood on top of the wheel well. Whatever. Anyway, more to come on this. Hopefully Brad's coming. He's going to look at this and go,
nope.
Hell no. I'm out of here. But the thing is we want to be able to have her do things back here. She wants like projectors
Trunk
and
or treat.
Trunk or treat stuff for the kids. She's a you know, junior high cook, head cook, so she loves her kiddos. So yeah, that's where we're at. I may set up a GoPro and just let you work. Yeah, I'll put it on time lapse so they can't hear you cussing. Okay? Are you done? Waiting on you. No. All the wood is out. All the extra bolts are out. And that's what's left. And the fender wells are rotten, as in rusty because they're metal. But we ain't gonna worry about that right now. I've just been hard at it. And Joe's over there. He's polishing all the damn chrome. What, is stainless or?
Yeah.
Is it actually stainless or
stainless.
Is it stainless?
Yeah, it's stainless.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
waiting on our wood carver. We'll go from there. Hopefully this is an easy job. That would have taken me 3 weeks. He's almost done. Jesus. So yeah, I wouldn't know the first thing about this shit. Okay, I'm terrible. I could screw up this job watching. Like, I could be watching and a professional would hammer the wrong part of the nail. You know what I mean? So we're gonna stop and get something to eat here. Made some hamburgers and, you know, wieners on the grill, and we're gonna get back to it. We decided a couple things here. You'll notice Brad was using the nibbler, and that's because we got a piece of sheet metal we're going to set across here. That way that's not wide open. I don't know why. That was wood floor right where water could get up in. So yeah, he's moving quite along, man. He's only been at it about an hour and it's about done. Got that over there. Got that piece of metal got Rust-Oleumed. It's rust preventative treated, all that bullshit. But coming right along. And we got some vinyl to put down on the floor, but I'm gonna go get something to eat. Hey, welcome back. It's the next day. Got home a little early, so it's, you know, still light outside. It got so dark and we got to messing with family and stuff that we didn't really get a chance to show you everything that Brad and everybody did to the back of this car, so let me show you. Now, it rained like a son of a bitch here today. That's why there's a black plastic bag over that back window. And evidently it must have blown in because that got wet. I put a block on it because it already bunched up and warped. So we'll have to work on that. Notice this is wet. That would be this window leaking. The other side didn't do it. And that's even the little crack in the window right there didn't leak. But some did blow in, and I believe all this is condensation on that metal. So yeah, looks pretty good in here actually. I got holes to fix. There's one there and there's one there, and then underneath here there's holes going through. And this is wet because, you know, it's me. Why not? All the work you put into something that still damn leaks. But anyway, that's what it looks like in here now. We've got some vinyl stuff, flooring stuff, this wood stuff like there that Amber has. That's what's going in here. And we got the glue and everything, and it's a non-permanent stick. That way if she ruins one, she can just pull up that slab and put down a new one. But yeah, we are eliminating this seat over here. More room for activities in the back, or whatever kind of crap she decides to put in here. But today we're not doing all this because this isn't my area. My area is up front. So let's go there. Actually, with all that rain, I went through and felt all the floors. They're all dry. Windshield didn't even leak. That's a plus. So what am I doing tonight while I got some daylight? Well, I got the rear shocks changed. Now it's time to get these front ones changed. I was going to do it before I put that motor back in, but we'll just do her now. Probably have to break the tops off, and I'm sure I'll have to heat and maybe cut the bottom ones, the nuts and the bolts, but whatever. So I'm going to jack this thing up one side at a time. I'm not going to put it all back up because I don't know. I need to move it and find my starter shim that I lost. So let me get her up in the air. Went in and got my 9/16 socket, long extension. I know that some bitch ain't coming off there. Walking out of the garage, found my other starter shim. So we're going to go ahead and get both of them up in the air. But you take these like this, the friction gets them hot, and so we got that one. Let me get this other one real quick. There we go. Now, they're broke. Stepping on junk on left. I guess let's just get her up in the air. We'll get this all taken care of, check the brakes, all that shit. We may take her all the way off the ground, get the wheels off of it. That way my tire guy can come and reseal them. So he's up in the air. I know that wheel doesn't look like it's up off the ground, but it is. I'll dig out from underneath it because this is as level as this thing gets. She's got all kinds of concrete underneath. Probably not the best thing to have, but it'll work. But it ain't. This thing is so heavy that whatever you put under it, it'll stay. This side is off the ground, but that's because this, if you want to call it a driveway, kind of slopes. So this is the high side. So she's level. Now we can get all the wheels off her. Start on them front shocks, and we'll check the brakes and all that fun shit. Still learning my teeth. Yeah, I got to give me a break. A little bit of realism, real life. I didn't really have on video, but me and Bonnie back there had a fight, and she won the argument by knocking out 3 of my teeth. That was before duct tape drags, and I've been literally in pain since. And you're talking back early September when that happened. And they were too far gone, so I had to have a bunch of pulls, and I got a bunch of fills and damn partial, and they are hard to get used to when you're used to your own teeth. It's going to take me a while. So if I'm slurring my S's, that's because I got something right there that's messing with my tongue. Anyway, enough personable shit, but that's real life, ain't it? Y'all at home, you're working on your car. Oh crap, my teeth are all messed up. How am I going to be able to work on my car? You keep going, is what you do. So she's all up in the air. I'm going to go ahead and get all the wheels off of it, okay? Because they got to be gone through by my tire guy. I need to get a rear differential seal changed, the pinion seal, get these front shocks, and then we're going to go through and just, you know, make sure the brakes are all good. They're brand new. They ought to be. I did that before YouTube. Put all new brakes and lines and all kinds of shit in this car. So let's go ahead and get these wheels off. So I'm just going to try to break them off with this. Not. Yep. Oh, I really don't want to get the torch out. Don't fit. There's one. Wow. Okay, so I fed new bolts through there. Grade 5s with grade probably Chinese lock washers and washers on this side. The other side of the bolt at the head does not have anything on it. Normal common practice for me is to put some of those little star lockers on the head of the bolt. That way it'll stick and this will come off. But I don't have any, so we're just going to go with it. I just fed it up through the top. I don't have the top nut and bolt on it yet because I want to be able to move that to make sure that that grommet is in the hole correctly. So let me get that top. Then all we got to do is just tighten these up tight. Shock installed. So you're probably thinking he's going to pull out the right wrench and everything and do that. No. Nope. We're just driving her on. Looks good. Tight enough. Tight enough. Alright, do the same thing on the other side, and we got shock absorbers installed. We need to get up here and get that. I found the other shim, so I can actually reach it from here. I just got to take out one bolt completely, and the other one I just got to take a little bit loose up there, and just slide that other shim in there, and we'll be good to go there. I think I'll do that real quick while I'm on this side. I'll get right back with you. Shock went right in, no big deal. Then I remembered while I'm out here, okay, I got drag links. I've had these for 2 years, never installed them. Had them so long that I lost the nut and the top little flange washer that goes on this one, but that's okay, because that's the one to one of the shocks. Or, if I wanted to, I could use one from the old one. But this one looks like it's going to fit just fine. So, you might be thinking, why do you have this reciprocating saw out here? It's not a sawzall, guys. Okay? Reciprocator. Not really a sawzall, even though we all call it that. Why wouldn't I just torch that off while I have it, you know, the torch out? Well, if I torch it, it's going to become uneven. And it'll melt and spread out. I won't be able to get it through the bottom hole. You can get it through the top, but you can't get it through the bottom. So, we're going to cut her off real quick with this and install a new one. I got room. I may not have room. Yep, right there. Yeehaw! Pop right off. But will that pop out? We'll find out. Terrible view, but again, guys, it's dark out. Look at that. Right out of there. Get on out. Come on. Yeah. There we go. All good. So, I know I can't get you in there and show you, but, well, I might be able to. Let's turn it this way. Like that. Amazingly, there's actually a place for the bottom one. So, right there, a little rubber goes in there like that. So, I don't need that one. Let me get these in real quick. It's simple. Simple. Goes in this way. That's right. No, excuse me. This way. Bolt head to the top. Don't ever put it to the bottom because you go hitting that sumbitch. Woo, it's a fun ride. Done it. Ask me how I know. There. So that's that. Yeah, that's sticking up. It's fine. If you want, you can cut this off. I've seen somebody on some Facebook page bitching about that. You know what? They make the bolt to fit, and then this fits many different cars. You get it up in there, and if you feel that's too long, just chop it off about right there. Not a big deal. Crying out loud. And I did put that on with an impact, and it looks great. Got our steering back now. Probably handle a whole lot better. Okay, the only thing I don't like about this is that brake has a catch right there. It still spins, just, damn, can't even do it with that arm. It's wanting to catch really bad. I don't know. I may pop that off there. Well, that one's on there too. Went on about as easy as the other one. So the front suspension and steering on this thing is pristine. Even the ball joints and stuff, they all look great. Now, one thing I do have to do to this is I have a feeling before it's over with, I'm going to take that drum off there and go have it turned. Those are new, but that thing's got a bad catch somewhere in it. And if you can see it, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. It is misting fog out here. Really weird looking. Aiden just brought it up. He's like, why is it so like wet foggy? And it's because the humidity's, see it right there? You can see it real good in that big ass light of mine. It's like moist. I'm not getting wet. It's just, I don't know, a lot of people don't like that word, moist. Moist. I was gonna have my tire guy come clean these rims up, and then I started looking at the back. They are a coated aluminum. They have a chrome covering, and the aluminum, look at that corrosion. Son of a bitch. Nope. So these are in fact 15 by 7s. I'm pretty sure it's like a 375 or a 4-inch backspace. I can't remember. I've measured them before. So these are junk. I won't even be putting those on anything, and that's unfortunate because these are Edelbrocks, okay? Kind of hard to find. Look up one of them center caps once, see how much them bastards are. Yeah. But everything looks okay underneath now. I think we'll just go with what we got. I do need to test the starter though. I don't have the keys out here. Let me go get the keys and we'll test that starter, see what it sounds like now that I've put that shim in there. We got to do that tonight yet. All right, let's give her a little buzz. See how she look at my glasses are fogged. Everything is fogged. Good Lord. All right, let's see what she sounds like. Oh, it's so tall. Maybe we got a 4x4 this thing. Oh, yeah. That's way better. You get the idea. By the way, those are the shims that were in the car when we found it. Well, looks like I got to get a hold of my boys over at Lug Nut Guys and say, I love your lug nuts, but I really need wheels. There is no ifs, ands, or buts or choice about it. It's got to have wheels. All right, let me get a hold of them. That's going to do it for me for tonight. I got to get up and I got an appointment tomorrow. And then I got to go to work. I need to work and work and work and work and work and then work some more after I'm done working, and maybe work after that because I got a month. See you when I get back here. Something like that. Holy hell, welcome back. It's a Friday. It's about I don't know, a couple weeks later. All the shocks are on. Everything's ready to go. Grabbed a couple things. Power steering pump. Fuel pump. Yeah, I got the mechanical one, but I only have it for just in case. I want to make sure I have it around here. I'm going to give it one more shot. I've been assured things have changed. Well, we'll see. Anyway, a couple things. We got to put the power steering pump on. We're not going to mess with the fuel pump. We have to get the rear pinion seal in this thing, which that's going to be fun because it ain't ever been off, and got to remember this thing was submerged in water. So that should be fun. You know, and just by the way, we're getting new rims. And let me show you why. It was dark the other night, but that's that chrome covering, and this is the corrosion of the aluminum underneath. And I don't trust that. I'm not putting her driving this thing that far with that kind of wheel. Who knows how bad it is in here? You know what I mean? Unless we really dig in, and I don't want to do that either. So we got no choice here. We got to find some rims. Lug Nut Guys is doing that for me, and they actually found the right lug nuts for these wheels, but unfortunately we cannot use those. So got my tools all ready. Let's get underneath there, get this damn thing changed out, hopefully. I need to address this U-joint too. It never did, it's the right size, but it never did hook up right. I don't know if I'm missing something or what. But that should fit right in there, and it don't. I got people looking for me a rear seal for this because the one I got from O'Reilly's is wrong, but that doesn't surprise me since everything in this damn car is off the wall. But I gotta pull this off anyway, so let's just get to it. Boom! Yuck. Gross. Open diff. Doesn't look like there's any holes or... First thing you do is put all your bolts in there. You need to lose them. after you kick it 20 times. Huh. What do we got? What do we got? Don't see any. There's no metal. No metal at all. She's pretty good. Should we pause it? No. Nope, we're not pausing it. Anyway, suppose I'll go get that seal and some oil. I'll be back. Trying to take this U-joint out. And the reason I'm not taking the whole thing out is because it's a pain in the ass, y'all. This has a carrier bearing, and I really don't feel like losing all my transmission fluid. I know all the rest of them are good, and I'm not going to reuse this. It is the wrong U-joint. So, we ruined something. We ruined something. I don't care. We need to get this to stay like that. Say, this thing should come out. I doped her up pretty good when I put it in. Boom. There's one. Well, it's still good. So, let's flip her over. And I think I do actually have a tool. I actually have a tool that this works, that will take out U-joints, but if you if you've had these things off, I've got what you call it in here, anti-seize. If you got anti-seize in there, it should come right out. Oh. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to save this U-joint, other than it's another U-joint I got around here. Come on. This piece of wood doesn't exactly want to cooperate. Damn it, really? There it went. All right, so we know that this side of the U-joint is set a goot. Okay, it's the other side that these caps are supposed to lock in right there, and they weren't. I had them like this because I just wanted her to be able to drive them. Drive the old boy. It was like that. And you know, they're kind of on there, I guess, but no, they're not. They were out in here somewhere. So what we need to do is we're going to trial and error some shit here, but we got to go to the parts store to do it. All right, I actually found the right U-joint. Turns out this is kind of, you know, mauled, so I need to get this cleaned up. And it takes a spicer. I took a heavy duty. It's the same U-joint that's in a commercial chassis Cadillac for many years. It's called a Super Duty U-joint of some kind, AC Delco, and we cross-referenced it to the spicer at O'Reilly's. I did buy another one. I bought the AC Delco, but that's a story for a members only. It's going back. But anyway, I just got to clean this up. Then I got a new seal. We'll get this put back on. Can't do anything around here. She's mowing. Why are you mowing? Well, I'm doing this. Anyway, let me get this all back together. I'll get the seal in, get this drove on, and get the U-joint back in, all that kind of crap. And she just killed it. She's gonna say, you need to sharpen this blade here in a minute. Watch. Oh no, she fired it right back up. Anyway, I'll be back. So I finally got the right U-joint for this thing. And once I clean that off, these little clips, they have to go in here. That's what holds these tight. Just like that, when they go in. Well, she's getting after it, ain't she? You're doing my job, right, guys? Yep. Good woman. So anyway, guy at the other parts store, not O'Reilly's, tried to tell me, no, you don't need them if you're putting the straps on it. Yeah, you do. Otherwise, these heads will just pop out. They can just fly out at any time. That's the way I had it, and I knew that wasn't right. That's right. This will go perfectly in the drive shaft. That goes perfectly in the yoke. So let me get the seal on, we'll get her back together. At least I know what seal it is now. Yeah. The old seal. Let's just do that. I can see what the hell I'm doing. It looks to be in. My little hammer. Leave this in my way. Oh dang it, I'm gonna have to crawl out of here. She's still threading. I don't know how good. A little more. There we go. Out there. Probably can't see nothing. One side. And then the other side, playing it safe. There we go. There she's safe. Where to go? There you are. Oh, boy, that was close. That was real close, man. That missed my head by a freaking hair. Damn it. That was way too close. That's what I get. Freaking paying attention. Here we go. And that's that. Alright. I think we're all good back here. I would like to tighten this fuel tank. It's just a little loose. May try to stick something in there. Maybe some wood or something. stays down a little bit. A couple of lumbis just hammer through there. And you cut these off. Right here, I don't know if you can see them in the camera. This is my makeshift fuel thing. You can see it's not tight. So we have to figure something out there. I got an idea. Oh shit. So I made these rubbers, okay? I don't know what to do with the other one. It's right here. These are actually rubber mud flaps and these are steel reinforced. So I have one that's broke from my semi and I cut them to fit under this so that way they'll tighten up. And I also tighten my little jerry rig here, and I'm just got this sucker ready to tighten up and we can go to the other one. Make sure it's straight in the back. Bent wanger. Good enough. Oh yeah, she tight. This is new line. That works. I need to plug this. Oh, I got dirt and shit in my eyes. I need to plug the vent and get me a towel and some air and blow this sumbitch because it's caved in the top up here. That's no problem. We'll just boom. Okay. Boom. By the way, if you're wondering, yes, I do have to run vented tank on this, and what I did for a vent is I ran out of the vent to a fuel filter to a hose that goes up underneath the back of the car. That way, you know, the filter will filter anything that comes in. It'll work just fine. Well, that's it for the ass end for me for now. I need to fill it yet, but I'm just going to let that RTV soak. There ain't no use screwing it up. So I guess we'll start worrying about this here, this power steering pump. This ought to be good. Anyway, it's a beautiful night. We'll just keep going. So there's a couple of different kinds of these Saginaw's. This one here is the kind that bolt on. That right there, they got a little lock nut goes on here. Holds that on, just like that. They're easy. I literally went, pulled this off. The other ones you got to have the puller and the pusher and all that crap. I do have one, but you don't need it for this one. You can see this thing's been leaking for years, just worn out. Good core. And I'm gonna paint this thing up a little bit. While I'm doing that, just kind of clean up a little. You know, we're going to use nothing but the best automotive paint. Rust-Oleum. Both the shims, there's these two big shims that go in there up against here. And I dropped them in the oil, so I got to clean them up too. That's stupid. But we'll get this sucker changed out. That way it just looks better, you know. I got everything else black. Might as well make it look black. So here's all my brackets. This comes up like that. This is what bolts to your pump right here. But these two shims, there's one here and one here. They basically sit right there and right there. That's what, you know, holds it good to the bracket. Makes it, you know, takes up, let me find one. Takes up the room like so. So anyway, let me get this cleaned up and we'll get her back together, and then we'll, as soon as that thing's dry, we'll stick it on her. Hell, I may put it on there wet, I don't know. Alright, she's all back together, belts and all. Got her full cold The line should have a little bit left in it, but she's tight. All the bolts, I had to put a different bolt in it. This one here was a lot shorter than the old one, but she's all snug as a bug in a rug. So let's start her up and see what she does. Don't know what that is, but it ain't good. Nothing in the way. It's just that pump. Oh yeah. Pump sucked her down now. She's full. She'll probably spit and all kinds of fun shit. Well, I think we're good. Oh yeah, may have to suck a little bit out of there, but it's all good. Alright, we got a creaky over here. I'll have to wait till somebody's here to help me with that though. I'm going to go ahead and fill that rear end up. Should be long enough, and really that's all I need to do up here. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that exhaust leak, don't I? Okay, I'll get to that too. Okay, I went ahead and I greased everything. Like, I knew I was gonna go grease that rear U-joint I just put in, but I went ahead and greased everything. I had Aiden turn the steering wheel, make sure everything got everything. It all took, except for one. And that's because there wasn't one. There is a little bit of a slip yoke right before the carrier bearing, and I couldn't find it, so I took a screwdriver and started going, and I found it, and the old one is broke off in it, so I gotta somehow get that out now. But other than that, we're getting there. She's about done. About done. So yeah, everything looks pretty good. Might as well go full on white trash. Dang, that's actually pretty damn close. Hey, welcome back. Motor, drivetrain, done. I might try to jet that carb a little bit. Seems to be running just fine though. I don't know, I'll have to let it go for a little while, drive it for a few weeks, see how it turns out. We're gonna focus on the back of this thing. We got vinyl to put on here, but before we do that, we're going to waterproof it, seal it, just make sure that it can't get as bad as it was. Okay, a little bit of rain got in here, and this piece that sits right here actually warped like that. So I put a brick on it, and it's over here, it's flat. I'm going to actually paint that entire thing. Okay, so anyway, let me start this is already mixed up. Let me get her in the pan, start rolling her on. We'll try to brush as much as we can without getting too much everywhere, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Let's go. Well, I think that'll about do it. Other than a few little edges I'm going to do with the brush, but yeah, she's sealed-ish, but probably won't put anything down on it till tomorrow, maybe tonight if we let it dry long enough. That over there, that thing is on one side and the edges. I just gotta wait till it dries so I can do the other side. So yeah, anyway, we'll see what we do next. So I just been, like I say, fiddle farting around on this thing. that's all painted in here. It's ready to roll. We just got to get the stuff on. And let me show you a couple other things I've done. First of all, this is the vinyl right there. That's what Amber's wanting to put in it. We got enough to do the whole thing. We have to cut out pieces, but we got the non-permanent glue. That way we can put it down, and if she screws something up, we can just take more and put it in its place. Just replace the slats. So yeah, she's coming along. Some wiring stuff we got to get tucked away in here. Speaking of wiring, I got all this stuff tucked away in here, and just blew out the dash, and all that shit came out of it and out of back there. And we're cleaning. Time to clean up. That is as good as that wiring is going to get down there, because that's probably non-permanent. So I just kind of stuck it together, got everything out from under the dash so you can't see any of it, and yeah, pretty much it's a done deal here. Getting ready to storm though. So due to weather, that's going to be into tonight. That's it. Tomorrow, hopefully it ain't raining, we can get those things in, and I'm starting on Blanche tomorrow. We got a month, less than a month if you count that. I'm down to being able to, we're talking 3, maybe 3 weekends. So yeah, anyway, storm's coming. I better get the hell inside. I'll probably see it in the good morning. It's the next day. It rained like hell last night, and of course the side window does leak. Oh, and things changed, you know. Got tired of it. The only reason I had long hair is because I'm lazy. So finally I just went in the bathroom and she gone. I feel much better, and my bald spot doesn't show so much. We're about real life around here. We all have it. So anyway, let's show you what's going on today. That is going on today. Yep. So what we got here is these little vinyl sheets, and I'm just kind of form fitting them. Like that one will go over there. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. But before we can do anything, we got to put down our adhesive. It's a pressure sensitive adhesive is what they recommended, because I can also take this up. If she was to screw one of these up or something like that, she can take them up and, you know, just replace the one plank, if that's what they're called. I don't know. I'm not a home ec guy. Home ec? Did they teach us in home ec? No, probably not, because I didn't see it. But anyway, got all the surfaces are basically clean. So what you have to do is you got to put this down on a coat, and then you got to let it sit for an hour, and it dries clear, and then you can just start form fitting them in here. So that's what we're going to do. I was just kind of seeing how this was going to work, and you know, you can see where you get some unevens up against that edge, but that's fine. We'll worry about cutting them down back there. I'm not going to worry too much up here, and we're going to have to make a little spot right here because it's just too short, which that's fine. So I guess we'll try putting this on. Had a guy mention to roll it on. We'll see how well that works. So let me get all these up. We'll get this out. We'll get the adhesive on the floor. That way we can get this done, and I can start working on her because she's been neglected. I got a lot to do. So anyway, onward. All right, so we just let her dry. She's all gooped up. All right, let me wash this thing out because I need it again. All right, well, we got about, I don't know, 30 minutes left before we can start laying that stuff. I went ahead and sanded and taped all the places that need to be white, like the roof. Sanding them down with, I don't even know what I use, like 80 grit, which is completely too much, but whatever. I'm not going to prime it. This is a less conspicuous area, and this stuff seems to cover fantastic, so we're in a hurry. I don't have any primer that I can paint on. Now, I do have, you know, this, but no. I'm trying to not get the windshield all nasty and the interior and all that shit, so just a regular paintbrush. My Rust-Oleum tractor paint that matches the roof. I got about I don't know, 1.5 quarts here, or maybe 2 quarts. Got her all good and stirred. So I'm just going to take the brush and just start lightly doing it. That's all I can do. Alright, all sides done. Just use that brush. Got its first coat. And it's got brush strokes in it. That brush is just shot. Whenever I put the next coat on, I'm going to have to use a better brush. But it just looks nicer when you open it up. And you can see, you know, I didn't use a primer, so it's going to take a couple coats. But we should be good. Should be good. I just want a sticky coat. Now, this has been about an hour and a half actually. It's about right where it needs to be. So we'll start putting in some slats. I got me a razor knife and cut them to fit. Well, I'll tell you what, for an engine builder, this ain't bad. Not bad at all. Usually I can screw these up. It's kind of hard to screw up though. It's a little bit of glue, let her sit, cut to fit. I am going to put some on this, and then I still have to do the cover for this thing. So I'll get that done real quick. While that was going, all my paint's been drying, and it actually doesn't look too bad. Still tacky. I didn't use anything in it. Plus, you know, like I said, no primer. But it looks a lot better in that white than it did. You know, we'll just do a little bit better job. We'll do a little bit better job on it on the next coat. And it's going to have streaks and runs, and you know, this is what you get. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, and I'll get told how to do it, and I'll take it because I want to do it better next time. I don't want to do it like this. I've never been taught, never been showed. So anyway, let me get that little door done, and I'll go from there. Just painting up little stuff, and remembered why I shouldn't be messing with paint. It's fine. It's all good. I need to stick to motors. Son of a bitch. So my part of this is done, which wasn't supposed to be my part to begin with, but Amber and the kids had something they really had to do, so no biggie. I've got this sucker done. The paint looks horrible, which is great. And really the only place you can see it's horrible is here, because it's got the streaks in it, but you know, she's a good 100-yarder. But good enough. This is what I say. I happen to have found the torque converter cover, dust cover. I forgot that this one was a plastic one. This thing was nasty. I washed it off. You can see I didn't get all of it, but good enough. So I need to stick that on, but first I need to call my buddy to see if he's got a pan, because I think the pan on this thing is not good. Not good at all. Well, I need to get this thing in the air to get this dust cover on there, but at the same time, this thing needs a new pan. The pan underneath here it's shot. It is completely shot. It's rusted out, and I can see it leaking a little bit out of some of the rust. So that's not good. Luckily, my buddy Tony, not my guitar player friend Tony, this Tony right here. I'm gonna run up to his house, grab that pan, get my ass back here, and just keep trucking. About got this sumbitch ready, other than wheels and cleaning out and trim and scuff up and Poppy's patina. I'll be back. All right, we're back. Just cleaned this sucker up. He had it in his stash. Even had a filter gasket for me, or pan gasket for me. And a couple things I got in there. A new O-ring for the modulator valve and a spring for that modulator. That way it'll shift a little earlier, because this thing takes forever to shift. Doesn't it? Takes forever. Anyway, things are looking nice. Except for these runs. That sucks. I'll have to sand that back down. But everything else looks pretty damn good. 20 footer. Alright, let me get this cleaned up. So, looks good. And not a lot of clutch material in there. The fluid looks great. But this thing is toast. It is rusty and crusty and very, very, very thin. Like way too thin. But there's a little bit in there. But nothing spectacular. Looks good. This trans is clear. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that other pan on there real quick and do some changing of spring and different little things. But we'll be back when we're done. So, I don't know. That sumbitch does not fit at all. So guess we ain't gonna have one unless I get one in time. Them bastards ain't getting cheaper either. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and button up a few things. I'm gonna tighten the exhaust up a little bit, and then we'll set her down on the ground and get some transmission fluid in her. This feels so much better. It's cooler. I ain't landing on my hair. It's great. Let me get her on the ground. So the reason that it runs like shit when you first start it is this thing's maxing out 9, 10 to 11. It's bouncing around. It doesn't have a solid stream of pressure. That's a problem, but I think that's actually because it don't know what to do. This carburetor can only take about 6 to 6.5, and I'm giving her 10. Whenever you shut it off, the pressure's bleeding past my needle and seats. So we're gonna have to figure out something there. If you're wondering, you guys have never messed with these. It's a 5/8 head, and that's an Allen, but it moves so freely, you can just use that. You have an in and 2 out. You can make one a return, but that's a lot of return. But usually you can use this 2 carburetors. You know, it'll set the amount for both carbs, which is great. So there's our, so you can see right there, she's sitting 6.5-ish, and if I rev her up, uh-oh, what'd I do? What did I do? Needle? She ain't spilling in, is she? I don't know, I can't see. Too short. So I think I need to reset the floats, because I did it with that 10 pounds of pressure, and looks like a bloodbath because I tripped off of that, fell into that, got it all over my boot, my pants, the ground, that. So what a day. What a day. Well, me and Zeppelin took the old Pontiac, known as Artemis, out for a drive. He's great. He runs great, he shifts great. Stayed 180, 185. That's perfect. At cruising speed, 2200 RPM at 65 mile an hour. That's pretty good. The only thing I did notice is when you really tromp on it, like you need to give it the beans, you know. Yeah, he starves for fuel, so I'm gonna have to do some jetting on it, but I've got a month just to do a little jetting. It's not a big deal, not a big deal. Could possibly be the power valve too, I don't know. I've got some, we could try that too, maybe put a new one anyway. I can just test it when I get it. It's fine, it runs fine. Pressure regulator was a huge help, but I just cleaned it all up inside, cleaned the windows, did everything needed to be done, because I want Amber to start driving this thing for the next month. I want to see how this thing does. Maybe I'll get you a nice shot in the daylight and put on here, huh? It looks pretty good, except for some runs. There's some paint runs. The back looks great. Everybody's happy, except for Blanche. Blanche ain't been touched. But that's gonna do it for this one. We'll get back with you. Might be a few little more things, but the next video should be on Blanche. I need to thank all my sponsors: lugnutguys.com, roadkillcustoms.com, Poppy's Patina, who supplied me some stuff for this car. That's going to be the next video, just, you know, spoiler alert. And, of course, Super Clean and Strike Hold. Appreciate you all very much. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, all that fancy crap. We'll see you next time on Irish Outlaw Garage. For Blanche, time to work on my car finally. Or Zeppy's car. See ya.